A very good evening to you. I am just setting everything up here. So just been on Facebook and did a little sort of just a little shout out that we are here today, and I'm going to just make sure everything is okay, and then we can get started. So I'm gonna bring up, I had a couple of ladies sending, a few ladies sending some pictures in, so I'm gonna pull those I'm gonna pull those up as well, and we're gonna get started. But if you are new today, and if you are or if you done the creation station last time, do please get involved, because I love to know your thoughts on it, what you would want to make or what you can make with these beautiful donuts and the seed beads. So I have decided I am going to carry on forward, and I have already started to put together a bundle for July, which is going to be completely different. Something what I had for quite a while. I bought these special table cut beads, and I stuffed them away to do something with them. So we're gonna do something with them together. They look really good, but that's in July. So for today, actually, let me just get out what we did last time. So last time we did this netting over, and I actually need to finish this because I want to pull this back to the other side. So I am going to finish exactly the same on this side. One of the ladies, it was Sharon, I think it was, said let's call this the Ferris wheel, and I think that is so fitting for this. And once we pull this over to the other side, those one seed beads in the middle, they are just going to really tighten up. I think it's going to look beautiful. I do have another idea, and like I want to very quickly just have a go at this. We're going to start in the middle and then bead our way towards the outside. So we will see how's that going to turn out. I think that's going to look really good as well. But any ideas you have, please do just let me know. I'll look at the comments just in a second, and then I'll bring it all in, and we can discuss that what we are going to do with our lovely beads here. Right, I just need to click on this and just save this. Just 1 second. There we go.
Are you on live?
I am live. Christopher just came in. He suddenly, "Oh, you're live?" And I said, "Yes, I am on live." Come on, say hello to the ladies.
Hello.
There we go. There's Christopher for you. Right, okay, so
What are you making?
we are going to be playing with the hematite beads once more time again.
What are you making?
And then, I don't know, we will decide that.
What's that?
That's what we made last time, a couple of weeks ago. Right, I'm gonna,
What's that?
that's what we're gonna playing with today.
What's that?
Everybody's saying hello. You know what is that? That's a key.
What is it?
No, that's the it's a memory disc. Right, off
What's
you go.
that?
Off you go. I love you very much. Off you go, sweetheart.
What's that though?
Off you go.
I don't know.
Bless him. Yeah, that's right. Shut the door behind you. Oh, bless him. Good evening, Julie, Brenda, Marisa, Ruth, Janet, Beth, Nicole, Jean, Mina, Kelly. Good evening, Kelly, Rachel, Asher, Teresa, Janine, Janet. Oh, I'm just saying, lovely day in Scotland, and this is the best way to finish off my day. Oh yeah, we were going to absolutely be playing just in a second. Good evening, Kim. Actually, I could just push the. Good evening, Lucy. Lucy, I hope you feel better. Lucy just had her second jab, and wasn't feeling a bit poorly, but I'm hoping that she's feeling better now. Good evening, Bridget, Helen, Diane, Anita, Johannesburg in South Africa. Wow, that's like the other side of the world, all the way from the south. Good evening, Sindra from Oregon. Oh, bless you. Oh, we are very international tonight. Good evening, Angela. Oh, Angela's saying I'm finishing my second bracelet from Thursday. So those of you who don't know what Angela is referring to, is she's referring to this bracelet, the Made in the Bead Club on Thursday. I'm just going to pop this on. I am so pleased with this. We made a beaded toggle class a couple of weeks prior to that, and we finished the bracelet this Thursday. It's a flat Cellini bracelet, but I love it, and I have got another 3 on the go to finish. And actually I said I'm going to wear this ring. I made a ring as well to cover up my war wounds here, which I had, like I did this putting, I think they were chicken nuggets for the kids, putting it into the oven, and I burnt it. That like this years and years ago. So, but like when my hands get a little bit in the summer, when my hands get a little bit darker, like I get a suntan, it really bothers me. So I think maybe that will look good. But let me know if it's too distracting, then I will take the ring off. On everybody's saying hello to Christopher. He's gone now. Hi, Robin. Robin is from New Jersey. Oh, hi, Mr. C. Sunny Preston, Bridget is saying, yeah, it's been overcast all day here. Hasn't been a very nice weather. Good evening, Edward. Oh, yeah, he's a darling when he wants to be, like, you know, otherwise he's just being like, he can be like, he asks questions just for the sake of it. Christine is from Belgium. Good evening, Christine in Belgium. Welcome to our little live here. And it is saying loving the purple. Yeah, I really loved making this one as well. I really need to have a live on this purple bracelet. Well, I don't know. I might do a video. I might do a kit. I might, don't know. We see. But at the moment, like, you know, we just done it in a bead club, so I got a list as long as arm and my leg to do. Right, okay, so I need to pull up. No, not this window I want. I need to pull up the picture so I can show the pictures what some of you lovelies are sent in. I should have pulled this up before, but my computer decided, just like it's always the way. 5 minutes before I was going live, it decided to, like, it wants a reset. Right, going into here. Just one second, and I will be all with you. So have you guys thought what we're going to do with these ones? Has anybody have like a preference? What shall we start, or how shall we start with? Do let me know. Right. Right, so I got a couple of pictures here from Kim, which she did the same. I'm gonna have to do. 1 second. Oh, well, I've been going through downloads. I'm just gonna have to save. Save the picture. So we got the first picture from Kim. It's just downloading, and then I will be able to show you. She's done the same what we did. She followed along, and it actually does it. I think it just, hold on, let me just bring this out. No, it did. It didn't. Oh, I don't know what it did, but it didn't do it right. Right, okay, so let's try a different way. Can I just drag and drop this new? If I'm in here, I'm really so sorry. I'll be with you just 1 sec. Can I drag, or is this the browser? I need to open it in a different browser. No, so I can, why can I do that if I can't do that? Well, we figure it out. Let's get started, and I'll figure it. I think of a way, the why. No, I can do that. I don't know why I couldn't do. So I got a picture here from Pauline. She sent it in. She made little earrings with the crystals and the seed beads from the kit. So I'm just gonna pop this in very quickly. I think she did like a right angle base underneath it, and then just did like a little cross on the top of it. Then we got another picture here from Rachel, and I can't get this one out either. So I think it's to do, I don't know. If you send two pictures at the same time, maybe I can't bring it over then. Well, I'll figure it out. I'll have a little think. Probably it will come to me. Perfect distraction from my over busy brain, Eliza is saying. Hope you are well. I'm very well, thank you. Oh, Escher, how are you doing, lovely? Do let us know. I like seeing the hematite donut, Victor is saying. Don't worry, Escher, I have had a headache all week. Oh, bless you. Brooch would be nice. Yeah, we could do something like on a brooch. We would have to like wrap, or we would have to do something with the donut to like add beads onto the top of it and then secure it to, like, it would probably gonna end up this size, but I think it would be quite a nice size for a brooch. But maybe then we would need a middle bead as well. But let's get started. So I very quickly want to try, and I might even try peyote stitch, but let me know, what do you think? So what I want to try is that start in the middle, and then increase the size of the seed beads, and then add some crystals, increase the size of the seed beads, add some crystals, increase the size of seed beads. So we will go from 15 to 11 and then to 8, and add the largest crystals right on the outer edge. Do let me know that I think that would work. I haven't tried it. I'm just going to bring the light up a little bit so you can see it better. I haven't tried it, but I think that's going to work. That's going to work perfectly as well. Evening, Gwen. Gwen is here. A bracelet would be cool. Yeah, I think we need to make like we made this as a pendant. So this is intended as a pendant, and it is gonna turn into a pendant once I have time to finish it. But even if you made a bracelet, wouldn't it be cool? And I'm gonna take this one off now. As much as I love it, I'm gonna take it off so I can put this on. So I think it would be cool to have something in the middle. Like, I know this one is quite chunky, but I think it would look good. It would really look. And actually, the other thing what we could do is what Diane did with her necklace. And I'm not sure if I got. Can you, Diane? Can you please send a picture of your necklace if you got one? Because the other thing what she did, she's taken the idea of what we did in the bead club of the beaded toggle and made a toggle which then went through the donut itself, and that was the closure on the necklace. I think that would look really good as well, that if you made the donut into a toggle clasp itself, and then we could have the beadwork going like that around. And we can even do peyote stitch on it here, and we could do like a little bit of flat lining, because we do have 3mm hematite beads here. We got 4mm here, so we could do whatever we like. We could do like, or just like, maybe we could do strands going from one side to another with a different hematite beads. Oh well, I'm just brainstorming here now with my stuff, but let's get started. So options we have, we can start in the middle with our seed beads. We could turn our hematite into a beaded toggle, so make a toggle part and then link it up with strand of beads on both sides, but we still need something on the top of it. We could do an easier one. So if we didn't have anything on the top of it, let me just try it with this one. So if we just had like strand of beads going that side, if if we just had like a strand, probably would do seed beads, or we could do any beads going that way. And then we had the little toggle on the top coming around this side, so you just had one chunky component. That would look nice as well. Or do you think, because like we have this chunky component, then we would need a wider band going around? Do let me know. Oh wow! Oh Kelly, thank you so much. So that was actually I was gonna say it, because I've been looking at my channel very like closely, because I had like this morning I woke up and I had 900 and I think it was 96 subscribers, and I've been looking back like today like so many times, like how when am I gonna hit the 1,000? And Kelly said just hit the 1,000. Wow, I'm so pleased. But for this I have to thank all of you, that you are, like you say, amazing, that this is like, I know it's like, you know, you not, I'm not really looking at the numbers, but to like 1,000 people like what I do and come back and watch my videos, it is just amazing. Like, you know, it's you all of you amazing, not me. Right, okay, so I'm either gonna use turquoise. Let's do the teal. Let's use a darker one. So, photo is on the way from Diane. Thank you very much. Even chunky would be great. Peggy saying, a bit like a watch. Oh, hello, fellow South African. Anita is saying, love how the ideas come into your head, Kitty. Oh, thank you. Like, you know, I got so many stuff coming together and then coming back and going away. Ooh, I just got another idea what we could do. We could make a little either square stitch or peyote band, a wide one. And then we could make one for the other side where we would join the toggle, make a toggle clasp, but between the two little stitched square stitch, so we will do that in size 8. We will have strands going from one to another and back up. I got it. It's gonna look really good. A little wider seems good with crystals. Yeah, absolutely. Love the idea of having a stunky statement toggle with the donut. I think the chunky band would look good. Yeah, we'll do that. It's a lot of hard work. Huge congrats. That's on the 1,000 subs. Oh, and I should think, contribution, Kitty, you deserve the 1,000 subs. Oh, thank you so much. But it's all down to you, like all of you, really. That's great news, Kitty. You are an amazing, and oh, thank you, Mina. Oh, thank you. You're gonna make me blush now. Right. Okay. So, in that case, what we're gonna do? What shall we make first? Shall we make the little toggle bit? Little toggle bit to go. Yeah, let's make the toggle bit to go on it first. So I'm going to use size 11 seed beads. Let's get rid of these rogue threads here. Oh, like 24 minutes past now. Come on, I need to get started. We need to get stuff done here. And I'm going to zoom in and I'll show you how to do the toggle. And then, oh no, I got this thread. I could use this thread one. I don't need that one. Silly me. I'm thinking like I got no thread. Oh, right. Let's grab a needle and just move this tray out of my way. So you know me, I would send anything flying. Right, let's just have a look. I heard that sound of a message came in, so that could be. Yeah, Diane sent me the photo, so I am just going to pull it up here and bring it in. So this is what Diane did last week. I'm going to have to zoom in a little bit more. So she had the straight, we done the, when we done the Ferris wheel pendant, I'm going to call it Ferris wheel now, that will be the name for it. When we done the Ferris wheel pendant, after that we went on to do an asymmetric sort of jewelry, and like my one wasn't really that much asymmetric, because, and I got it here actually, because you know me, I'm just not like anything with like I try to pick up I'll show you this in a second. I try to pick up the same things over and over again, but Diane really made it asymmetric, and I made this a little bit longer as well, my one. Just put this on the side so we can have it side by side. I love Diane's that she have done 3 strands at the front instead of 2, and she used the little toggle in the donut itself so the necklace can close into. I think it looks really, really beautiful. Oh, thank you, Gwen. Could make the toggle the part of the feature bracelet. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Oh, thank you, Robin. Robin saying congratulations. You are the best. We are best. Oh, bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the kind words. Oh, I just wish I could find my donuts. So Diane texted me earlier today, and she said, like, "By the way, do you know where did I put the donuts?" Like, you do want me to come around and help you find it? It's only a 5-hour drive. Hi, Pauline. I'm very good, Dean. Thank you very much. Oh, well, they went to the London Eye. Oh, bless. I went to the London Eye a long, long time ago. Oh, I don't know when. I think the kids weren't born yet, because they definitely were they with us? Oh, I don't know. I have to ask Simon. A long time ago, a very, very long time ago. Right, I'm going to zoom in, and then we're going to get started. So we're going to make a toggle just like this to go through our donut. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to start with size 11 seed beads. Right after I thread my needle. I think I can zoom in a little bit more. There we go. So we're going to start by, we don't have to have a very big toggle. So when I make toggles, I like to make them kinda to the size of the ring. And the way, and actually have I got just one sec. Did I made a toggle in that one? No, I just finished the ring. I haven't finished the toggle in the turquoise color. So I like the toggle be kind of the size of the ring itself, because if it's too big on the ring, then it will be like, nah, it's like overhanging. If it's too small, then it's not like, you know, I'd rather have it small than large, but I kind of like to do the same size. So let me know. I think it would look good small as well. We could make it like small and perhaps put crystals on the end so you see more of the donut. That would look good as well. So do let me know. Like the smallest we can go, I think, is about that size. That's the smallest one we can go with it. So do let me know. Do we want it sort of this size? Do we want it maybe a couple of beads bigger, or do we want a couple of beads smaller? So we can make the right size what you want all. Oh, Ashley's saying I'm doing okay, just waiting for surgery. I hope I will be early next week. Thank you for asking. Oh, bless you. Oh, and we're just getting started. You know me, I can chat for England, Hungary, and all the other countries in the world. Smaller with crystals on the ends, Rachel is saying. Yeah, I think that would look good too. Well, what anybody else is thinking. The size, just add a crystal on the end. Think that size is okay, Angela is saying. Smaller with the crystals on the ends. Yeah, well, okay, let's do this size then. And then instead of having the size 8, we can either add the 3mm crystals. We're still slightly going to alter. We're going to have to alter a little bit at the end, but I know what we're going to do. We're going to add the crystals, the 3mm crystals going all the way around. Right, so I'm going to pick up 14 seed beads. 8, 9, double checking. 5. Now it doesn't matter if you are pick up 12, 14, 16, how many ever you want to make it, but you have to start with an even number of beads. Just got caught on the crystals. There we go. And then I'm going to start a little peyote stitch strip. So I'm going to suspend this in my finger here. I'm going to zoom in a tiny bit more. There we go. Take this to the side. So I'm going to pick up every single row we're going to do is going to have 14 beads on. Now when we go up and down, we're going to add 7 beads going up and 7 beads coming down. So in fact, this first row is actually 2 rows worth of beads on there. So I'm going to pick up 1 seed bead. I'm going to bring the last one down and go through the second one, going back through. So this is my tail end. I came down through all those beads and I'm going to go back up to the second one. And when I pull this up, pull this down. When I pull this up, I have the seed bead, the last one, and the one I just picked up. They're just going to sit side by side just like that. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick up another seed bead. Now I'm going to pull the next seed bead down on my line, skip this one, and going to go through the one after that. So this is the 4th seed bead if I'm counting from the bottom. I'm going to pull this up nice and tight. So again, I got these two sitting side by side. And I'm going to repeat this all the way to the top. So I'm going to bring the next one down. I'm going to skip this one and go through the one after the next. After this row, it's going to be easier, like which bead you have to go into, because they're going to stick out. They're going to be the sticky outy beads. There we go. I'm just going all the way up. And then we're going to turn around and come back down on ourselves. But can you see how they're sitting side by side next to each other? Do let me know if the ring is distracting. I'm just so, I don't know, I just so don't like the little scar on my finger that I did do another color as well, but I think that's too dark. But I have seen some people wearing rings on their thumbs as well, so should be all right. Right, I'm all the way up to the top. So this is my tail end. I went all the way back and then I'm going to come down on myself. So I'm going to repeat exactly what I did all the way down. I'm going to pick up 1 seed bead. I'm going to miss this one, which I'm coming out of, and I'm going to go to the second one. And this time, excuse me, you can see which bead you need to go through because it sticks out more from the next one. So every other bead is sticking out a little bit more, and those are the ones you need to go through. So every time I'm picking up a seed bead and going through, a missing one and going through the next one. Picking up a seed bead, missing one, and going through the next one. Like Cynthia is asking or saying, is it better to use rounds for this rather than delicas? It doesn't really matter. You could do delicas, you could use delicas, you could use these are just size 11 round Toho seed beads, whatever you have in your stash. With delicas or treasures as well, you could use, that's the Toho version of delicas. So delicas are manufactured by Miyuki and the treasure is manufactured by Toho itself. I love the Toho beads because some of their colors, they are so durable that they're just really, really a nice one to use. And so if you're using like delicas or the treasure beads, they slightly different shapes. So those of you if you don't know, like seed beads are more like rounded beads. Treasures and the delicas, they're more like a cylinder shaped bead. So because they are a cylinder shaped bead, and have I got anything? Well, I think I got something I can show you very quickly, which is done with cylinder beads in peyote stitch, and they just sit together tighter. So if you do use, that one is these are treasures. So if you do use, and hint hint, they a project will be coming up very soon. So when you use treasures, can you see like they sit together? Let me just bring this up. They sit together like not better, but tighter. Like the seed beads sit together just as well, the size 11s, but they sit together tighter. I want to saying the ring looks lovely. Oh, thank you. So anything you have in your stash you can use. I'm using the size 11s because that's what we had in the Creation Station bundle. And by the way, while I have you here, do let me know if there's any specific things you want us to cover on a Creation Station or anything you fancy doing, so I can make sure that I put bits and pieces in the next month's bundle. When I got those, and my lips are sealed. I'm not gonna say what beads were they, but they were beautiful. So I'm looking forward to next month already. And I was like on Tuesday when I was in the warehouse, and I started to choose the beads. I was like, "Ooh, shall I take a few home and just like play with it?" And I thought, like, no, I can't do it. I can't do that because that defeats the object of the Creation Station. That if I'm gonna if I'm gonna pre-design it, so I didn't bring it home. I dare not to bring it home until the day, and that's going to be 2 weeks from now, which is the first Saturday of July. So I got my birthday coming up soon. Actually, I don't know what I'm gonna do this year because last year, obviously, it was a lockdown birthday, so we didn't really get to do much. And for last year it was my big birthday, so I had like loads of things I was planning in to do that year. Like instead of having like one big party or one big something, I wanted to do like loads of little things. And I wanted to go to Vienna to the Swarovski factory because they got a museum there. I wanted to do so, like we would have been driving to Hungary anyway if it was normal circumstances, though that would have been on the way. But I wanted to do so many different things and I didn't get to do any of them. So this year I'm not even planning anything, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. We just have a quiet night in. And just think, could you do more projects for decorations? I have quite a few pieces of jewelry. Pamela, I really need to get a hang of these stitch. As it my nightmare to do. It's once it clicks, it's quite easy to do. I love peyote stitch. Marisa is saying something with release. Yep. Something nice to do, a brooch. Yeah, I'll actually, then is saying cubes. Yeah, it would be nice to do some nice beaded brooches. Maybe we could do like an embroidery one because like obviously now we are in a summer, so we don't really wear that much brooches, but we're going into the winter. Not yet, but once the bigger jumpers and the coats are coming out, you need your brooch ready made, or we could do like a scarf. Ooh, that's an idea. Because I like in a winter, I always like to wear scarves because like my grandmother always used to say to me when I was little that if your feet and neck is warm, then your body is warm. You're warm all over. So we could do some scarf decorations as well. But definitely, I'm on you with the decorations. Hopefully, we'll have this one out soon, the little seaside thing. But I need to sort out so many different things. Tip, you can try doing peyote with cubes. A larger bead should help you, Mercy's saying. So I don't know where I put it. I know I brought it home. I sent Diane a picture. Let me just see if I can grab that picture out for you. and show you. So I was playing with peyote the other day. Oh yeah, and it's here. And I need to redo it because I need to find a better, maybe we could play with this. We have got a little square cabochon in the warehouse. It's hematite. And I did like a peyote slash herringbone, because since the corner is herringbone, little casing over it. I was playing with that one, so we could do something like that. We could do like a peyote cube. We could do a right angle weave cube. They are quite good because you can stitch them together to be like infinity cubes. But you can just keep turning and turning and turning them. Those are really good. I would love to have a go at a family bead. So in China they have this thing, and I have got one, but unfortunately I dropped it, and part of it is broken. But they have got these, they call it the family, um, not family, it's family circle, family decoration. I'll grab it and I'll show you just in a second. The whole idea of it is they carve it out of jade, but basically it's a bead inside a bead inside a bead inside of a bead, and depending of how many members in your family, you get that size, and each one of them is represent. I'll just grab it and show it to you while I'm talking. It's just over there. Represent a different person in your household. So really, I am so beyond, like this one unfortunately rolled off and is broke, but I really want to do a beaded bead on this concept, and I'm just going to zoom out just a tiny bit so you can see it. A beaded bead on this concept that we could have a larger bead where we have a smaller bead inside it, and then a smaller bead inside that, and a smaller bead inside that, so like a family decoration for home. Obviously we would have to, I'm kind of thinking either bugles or like do some sort of, or crystals or something on the outside. Don't know yet, but I will be playing. I really want to play doing something like that, because I think that's something totally different. Let me just come back in. Oh, Marisha's saying she's got the same scabbard. Yeah, there's so much. There is so much we could do. I tell you what we need. We need someone, a very clever person, somebody who is like really good, a scientist to really come on and just invent time travel. Because if we had time travel, we could do everything. We could, I could just go pop back every day. I could just extend every day by 10 hours. But then I think I would fill up those 10 hours, and then I would need another 10 hour. Right, so I'm just gonna go down. I want to have 5 beads on the top and 5 beads on the bottom, and then I'm gonna zip it up and roll it into my little toggle here. And we're gonna add the crystals on the end. We're gonna add the 3mm crystals. We're gonna have to do them a little bit differently, how I did the toggle on that bracelet. I think I just stitched through the bead there. There we go. So I'm just gonna go all the way down and then pop back up, and then we're gonna zipping it together. So by zipping, and this way, actually, this is a really great way. You could make like little beaded beads. Like you don't have to have it 14 bead wide. You could just have it 6 bead wide. You could do little patterns, little decorations on there. You could do, 8 beads wide. For whatever size you want to do, you could make them thinner. You could make them fatter, but you could turn them into like little beads, and then add it on to tiger tail with other beads, or add it on to anything really you want to add it on to, like, or spacer beads. Right, so I've got 5 beads at the top, I got 5 beads at the bottom. And to with peyote stitch, if you want to count the rows, how many rows have you done, you always either count the top and the bottom and add it together, or you need to count your beads diagonally. And that's what I mean by diagonal. I'm going to bring this in. So you always count the bead. Like if I start that here at the bottom, then I'm counting the one in the next row, just sort of slanted to the side, and the one in the next row, and all the way up to the top. I'm coming from one side in a diagonal motion all the way to the top. Right. We're going to zip this up now. So I'm going to just fold this little beadwork on itself. Just like that, just like roll it into a little tube. And as I'm coming out of this bead on this side, I'm going to see if I can zoom in a little bit more. As I'm coming out of this bead this side, I'm going to jump onto the other end and then pull this through. So I'm binding one side with the other, and then I'm going to straight from this side, I'm going to jump back over to this side and go to this bead here. So basically I'm jumping between sides, and I'm always going through the beads which are sticking out. So if I, can you see? Like, just have to zoom out a little bit so it focuses in. Like I always have to go out, go through those beads which are just sticking out. And then once you have got a bit more confidence, then you could do both sides at the same time. So as I'm going out into this, I would stitch into the bead on the other side as well. But it's like next one is the 5th bead on this side and the 6th bead on the other side. Then it's a 7th and 8th and all the way down. There we go. Pull this up, and then we're gonna get up to the top. I don't like to knot my tail and then I'm beginning together even now, because I don't want to form a knot in it and then that knot could seep into any of the beads. You can, like once you get to the top, because you still need to make a connection between these two beads, you can either knot your tail end together, or I usually, well, I just look at the bead where my tail end is coming out, and I come back through that bead and run all the way back down to the other side, and then I have got a really nice and strong connection, but I haven't created a knot. If you're more experienced, then do go ahead and just knot it, because you would be able to knot it right in the middle so it doesn't seep into a bead. I'm just going to run down following any thread path I have created. It doesn't really matter. Now if you're a little bit of a loose beader loose beader, then you do need to like run up and down a few times to strengthen your toggle, because you don't want it to be too bendy. We want this to be nice and solid, and then keep going around. There we go. Just getting all the way to the other side. I count the beads down one side and double it. And he's saying, there we go. Yeah, we could do that as well. But the that's how to count how many rows have you done. That only works if you are like done the same amount of rows all the way at the top and the bottom as well, because to be able to zip this up, you're going to have the same amount of beads on the top and on the bottom as well. What's going on with my thread tonight? My naughty thread. No. And then pull this through. And pull that through. And there we go, we got to the end. So I need to get some 3mm crystals, and then we're going to sew them to the end. Right, there we go. So I'm gonna, we're gonna do like a little bit of a square stitch bit here at the end. We're gonna add the crystals right on the top of it. And I'm gonna pick up, I think I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. So I'm gonna pick up one crystal, I'm gonna pick up another size 11 and another crystal. Now on the other one I did, this one, I have got size 8 seed beads at the end. But on this one I want to add the crystals. So as I'm coming out of this seed bead, I'm gonna go, it doesn't matter which side you're gonna travel onto, I'm gonna go onto the next one and come back down on it. And when I pull this through, these two crystals just gonna sit on the top just like that. Then I'm gonna go along to the next bead. I'm gonna go to the right here, and I'm gonna pick up a crystal, and I'm gonna pick up one seed bead. This time I'm gonna come down through the crystal and the seed bead underneath it. Pull this up nice and tight. By the way, let me know in the comments if you're if you're doing the same thing. Let me know what you're beading. Now I'm gonna go to the side again, go up through that seed bead and then the crystal. And then I'm gonna pick up one seed bead and one crystal, and I come back down the next seed bead. And then I'm gonna turn again and go up through that seed bead to the right. Pick up a crystal and a seed bead, come back down to the crystal and the seed bead underneath it. Again, up towards the right, up to that seed bead, and I need to go up. Let me just pull this through. I need to go up to the crystal, and I need to join the last crystal with the first crystal. So I'm just going to add one seed bead and go down to the crystal. So with this, we kind of finished our little circle on the top. Now I do want to add something else onto it here because it looks like a little bit airy. So I'm just going to come down and go up through the crystal next door, doesn't matter which direction. I'm going to add a seed bead in between one of these seed beads on the top of the crystals there, just to make them into a nice solid circle. So I'm just going to pick up one seed bead and go through the next seed bead on the top of the crystal, pick up another one, go through the next one, pick up another one, go through the next one, there we go, pick up another one, go through the next one. I just actually I'm just going to unreel my thread. So to twist your thread, hold your needle in one hand, with the other hand between your index finger and thumb, just pull that thread down, and when I pull this down, this should just spin around to get rid of any twist in our thread. There we go. And then it's less likely for you to have knots or loops as you're pulling it through. Brandy's saying, I'm beading with another donut bead, which I have encased on the outside with peyote. We'll send a picture when I finish. Oh, please do, because I think that's the other thing what we could do with this one. And he's saying that always make sure the thread is on the opposite side when I started. Yes, that's a really good point as well. So I did all those seed beads. I'm just going to run around one more time, but actually I think we're missing something here because it just looks like a little bit. We need a bead so it holds a nice and round shape. So we can either add a 3mm in there, which might be too small. Maybe a 4mm will be best fitting. So let's add a 4mm, and that's actually going to look quite nice because the 4mm bead on the side will be the same bead as the donut. So it's going to like bring it all together. So I'm just going to take one bead, one 4mm bead. I'm just going to go through the next few seed beads as well. And there we go. And then just one more seed bead. I'm going to pick up the hematite bead, and there's 10 seed beads on the round here, so I'm going to take my thread to the opposite seed bead. So I'm coming out of this one, I'm going to go all the way on the other side. So if you count 1 2 3 4, you need to go through the 5th one. There we go. Then I'm going to go straight, I'm just going to push this down a little bit, I'm going to go straight back into the hematite bead, and I'm going to come through that seed bead I was coming out before adding the hematite bead, but from the other side, and pull this up. What's going on with this thread? And pull this up. Oh, please don't not. No, no, there we go. Pull this up nice and tight, and with that we finished one end. So I'm going to take and weave my thread down. It doesn't matter which crystal you go down. Actually, maybe I go through, I'll go do another round, yeah, just to go around these seed beads one more time. The more you go around the seed beads, the more you will be filling up the beads, the holes on the beads with the thread, and the more you fill it up with the thread, the more solid they're gonna sit, the less squishy they're going to be. And there we go. I usually either run around until I get to a bead where I can't pull my needle through anymore, and then I turn down towards my crystal, which is, I think, is this one. So I'm going to turn and go down that crystal and the seed bead underneath it and go all the way to the other side. I could equally like work the thread off here with a couple of half hitch knots and then just use the tail end as well. But this is when we go down and we have to do that side. If we would have were to knot the tail end and the thread together when we zipped up our little tube here, what could have happened is that knot could have seeped into the bead itself, one of the seed beads, and if it's in the seed bead, then we would not be able to go through that seed bead anymore, and it would stop us to add the crystals on the top. I think actually that looks quite nice with the crystals. I quite like it. Let's get into the other side, and I'm going to repeat the same process here, adding the little crystals on there. Oh, Dan is saying she's making another toggle class for another Selene bracelet. I'm doing my toggle class for Bead Club. Lucy's saying she's doing catch up. And Kim is saying, I'm finishing off a hedgehog with small tiger eye chips. Been working on it for weeks. Keep getting distracted by other projects. Oh, Kim, I'm so there with you. I got so many projects on the go at the same. I mean, don't we all? Don't we all have multiple projects on the go at the same time? What size crystal? So it was a 3 mm crystal I added on the end there. Venus saying she made the bracelet from a 12 Days of Christmas. But how's the donuts coming along, Brenda? Do let us know. Oh, Julie's saying she's finishing up for a coral necklace. What did you think of my idea for a family bead I sent you, as you haven't read it? Helen, I haven't seen anything coming in from you. Did you send it on Total Beads, or did you send it on mine, or where did you send it, lovely? Do let me know. And then I go and have a look. Sometimes, like, I don't know why, but sometimes I don't get messages, and maybe, I don't know, 3 months down the line they come through. I don't know. So do let me know where you send a message. I'm going to pick up. So I picked up a crystal, seed bead crystal. I'm coming out of this seed bead here, so I'm just going to go down on the next one. Actually, what we could do, yeah, we could do that because we got 5, so we wouldn't have to snail around so much. Let's just try this. So I'm coming out of this thread, picked up a crystal, seed bead crystal, went down the seed bead next door. I'm gonna come up the one next door. I'm gonna pick up another crystal, seed bead crystal. I'm gonna go down on the next. And then I'm gonna come up the next one, which this is the last one. I'm gonna pick up a crystal and a seed bead. I'm gonna go down through the next crystal and seed bead. So I'm sort of just going down, up and down, up and down, and always moving along one bead. And then I'm gonna turn, come up the seed bead and the crystal, pick up another seed bead, go down the crystal and the seed beads. So I'm just adding the missing seed beads in at the top. Again, going one to one side and coming down that last one. There we go. Now I'm going to get to the top, and I'm going to do the same thing here as well. I'm going to run around those seed beads at the top and add one in between every single one of the seed bead. Cindy is saying, I'm working on an African bone bear on leather necklace. Oh, wow. Do you send a picture of this side? Helen is saying for the message. I'll have to have a look, lovely. Cindy, send us a picture on that one. Ashley saying, I started off making the ring. I ran away from the bead and became the bracelet. Oh, bless. Tip here is, what if you made a small beaded bead, then do a bigger one, encasing to the little one, then bigger, and so on until you have your family bead. Oh, I know what you mean, Helen. So you make like smaller and bigger ones. Herringbone bluebells. Marisa saying, ooh, that sounds good. Bone bead, Cynthia is saying. Oh, Sheila's going to try to make another bead club bracelet. Oh, bless. We have so much fun in the bead club. Right, okay, so I'm going to go through that bead. And then I'm going to pick up one seed bead, go through the next one. Again, I'm just going to run around and very quickly fill the gaps between those seed beads. And we're going to add a 4mm bead onto the end there. And our toggle will be completed. And what we're going to do, for the, how we're going to do, I'm just thinking, what would be the best way to get the donut. Like I need a wider part, so we could either do peyote stitch, we could do square stitch, we could do herringbone, which starts with a ladder stitch, just like a tiny bit. We could do, oh, there's so many different things we could do. And then we will run in between and add crystals and hematite. Oh, I think it's gonna look good. I'm already picturing in my head though, what is it gonna look like. They say don't count your chickens before they hatched, but when you're making jewelry, you have to like picture it in your head. What is it gonna look like, doesn't it? Before you even start. Oh, Kelly's saying I'm working on a Father's Day card video on my circuit for TikTok. Enjoying watching your video. Oh, bless you. I haven't done card making for many, many years. I think Christopher is 10 now. And when he was small, we did like all sorts of Christmas cards mainly we did. And all the children got involved. But now they're a little bit bigger. They don't really, don't know. They don't want to. They enjoy it, but I think like last year we sent so much electronic cards anyway. And then like what I also do, like instead of sending a card, I would for some people like obviously I can't phone everybody, but some of my friends I'd rather like give them a phone call and have like sit down and have a conversation with them and see how they're doing and what's happening, just have a good catch up. There we go. So I think that looks really good, and the beads look really good on the end as well. Now I have made a little bit of a mistake, and I just realized that because and if you do this, and if you haven't added the other bead, so the hole on one hematite bead is like that, and the hole on the other hematite bead is going like that. So can you see they don't sit exactly the same way, which for me I would want it to sit the same way. So just bear that in mind if you're adding yours on. Just that's it's still functional, it's still very good, but just to like I didn't really pay attention, but I would like look at that and make sure they're sitting the same way. So when they're on the top, I can't see the holes. When they're on the top, I wouldn't be able to see the holes, like either see the holes on both of them, of the bead, or none of them. I'm helping my daughter make a fidget toy out of cardboard. Oh, bless you. That sounds so cool. Christopher used to love the fidget spinners. And now they got these poppers, like I don't know, I don't even know. Like they always come up with something, don't they? This plastic something, like it's like a rubbery thinking you can. It's like got this little round things on it. And you can pop them from one side to another. I'm gonna actually run up and down in these crystals, just to sew the crystals themselves together a little bit. So to make them really strong, and then all is left to do is to just sew off the end. Right, so what stitch are we gonna do? Actually, what I'm gonna do is grab, oh, why didn't I think of this earlier? I'm gonna grab, oh yes, and I got some paper just here. I'm gonna grab some paper and I'm gonna draw down what's the vision for the bracelet. And we should have started with this because obviously then you can see it as well, that what I mean. So we're gonna have the donut in the middle. So that's our donut. And then we're going to have the toggle clasp obviously sitting on the donut. Just there. So these are all the peyote stitch like little beads. I'm not really good at drawing, so please don't look at this for drawing, because I'll make a mess of it. And there is a crystal beads on this side as well, and then our seed beads on top, and our larger hematite beads. So our toggle is gonna sit there. And what I'm thinking, so I need to link this to a wider part of beadwork here and a wider part of beadwork here. So obviously with the toggle, it just has to be a single one in the middle. But I'm thinking for this side, we need to do 2 loops, the one for one end and one for the other end. And I want to make this just maybe a ½ an inch or so worth of beadwork. So here we could either do square stitch. We could either use the size 11 or the size 8 seed beads, just like that. Do the same thing on the other side, or this could be herringbone. You let me know what you want to do. We do the same on the other side. Probably square stitch would be the best, because then the beads sit the right way. And then we're gonna measure up how big is this, and we're gonna do strand of beads going around just like that, like on the, just pull this down. So the strand of beads just sort of going around the bracelet from, I think that would look really good, because that would be like when we're doing the strand of beads, it will be quicker because we'll be picking up the sort of the strands themselves. And when we're doing the square stitch, we only need to do seriously just like a ½ an inch to where we're hooking the beads in. So it would be a wider bracelet, but when you look at it from, we could wear this on the top or the bottom, it would be like you would just see the strand of beads. I think that would look really good. And my son has 2. One share his sister. We are trying to make one. Oh, Beth, like, my kids exactly the same. Like if one's got something, then the other one needs it. And then like Lucy is 14 and Christopher is 10, but they still want each other's toys all the time. Like if one has something, the other one has to have one as well. I think this would look really good. What do you think? Do let me know. Or we could like make this shorter and have this sitting like partially underneath the donut, and this side partially underneath the donut, because we got quite a long we got a lot of space there. So this could sit further up. We could do that as well. So let me know which one you fancy. This looks like an awesome design. Can't wait to see the final piece. Oh, thank you, Anita. I think it's going to look good. So what stitch? Square stitch. Shall we do square stitch here? Or herringbone? We could do like a couple of rows of herringbone would look good. I think square stitch is going to be the easier. So our square stitch, herringbone stitch. We could do right angle weave. That could be an option as well. Let me know which stitch do you prefer to put right here, because we need 2 little strips so we can connect them together. Sounds wonderful, fun and original. Yeah, that's what we do. We just do it all together. What about adding 4 or 5 hold finding in between the beads? So what we could do more of these further down. So we have in our kit, in our bundle, we have 3mm crystals, 4mm crystals, 6mm crystals, 3mm, 4mm, and 8mm hematite beads. We got size 15, size 11, and size 8 seed beads. We got another size 11 as well, and a couple of donuts, thread and needle. So I'm trying to use everything what we have in the kit itself. Square stitch will be the strongest. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you, Diane, as well. So let's go ahead and do the square stitch. So I reckon I'm gonna do it in a 1 size bigger bead. I'm gonna do it in a size 8. And You don't have to come out of everyone, but I'm gonna do it in size 8. So how wide do we want this? How wide will we want? I'm gonna zoom back in that little strip. Maybe we could do 3 beads. Let me just cut this so I can get more thread off here. I'm going to put this to the side. I haven't worked the ends off yet, but I'm just going to leave those there on there and put it to the side. So thread a new needle and start our little strip. Lorna saying, got called away, come back, looks like a good idea. Oh, bless you, thank you. There's so many different style of jewelry we could do, like even with like one thing, and as many of us is sitting here, each one of us could do completely different things. Right, so I haven't taken too much, so we can always add more thread. So do we want like a 3 bead strip or 5 bead? Kinda, let's put it next door to it. So that's how would 5 bead look like next to it. If I just don't, I think 3 is too small. I think we need, just get these out of the way. 3 will be too small and it will be a little bit bendy as well. So we could do 6, whatever color. I like to work when I do something like this in like uneven numbers. So it would be 3, 5, 7. I think 5. Let's 5 beads, and it is saying I think 5 beads is gonna look good. 7. Well, let's have a look. If I add another 2 more on, 7 would be look good as well. 5 or 7, Diane is saying. Let's start with 5. So it will be bead up quicker. So I'm gonna take all 5 beads down. Now, square stitch is a little bit different from peyote stitch. Well, not a little. It's a complete different stitch. So I'm always going to have 5 beads on each one of the rows. So I'm going to pick up another size 8, and this time I'm going to take my last bead. Just take the donut out of the way. I'm going to take my last bead, and I'm going to come back through my last bead. So this is my tail end up here. I came down this way with my needle, and I'm going to come through the 5th bead again the same way I came before. So it's going to be towards me, and when I pull this up, those 2 beads just going to sit side by side just like that. Then I'm going to go into the bead I just added. Pull this up nice and tight, and then I'm going to pick up another bead, and I'm going to bring the next one down, and I'm going to come back down through this one and pull this up nice and tight. And I'm going to go back up through the bead I just added and repeat this all the way to the other side for 3 more times. So picking up another one, coming back down through that one. There's nothing much to hold on to when you start on the first couple of rows. It's always hard to, I'm kind of like, it's under my thumb. I want to show it off to you the way it's under my thumb. There we go. And finally I'm adding the last one. Now before I move on to the next row with square stitch, what you need to do is to take your thread and come all the way down on the first row and then go all the way up on the second row. There we go. And then I'm going to start the same thing again. So all of those beads just sitting side by side. So I'm going to pick up 1 bead. I'm exiting out that way. So I'm going to go through that bead again the same way. So they form a little loop on the top. Equally, you could turn your beading around as well. So we could do that as well. I could sort of turn it, and then I'm doing exactly the same beading I did in the first row, coming back on myself, and then going back up the bead I just added, then coming back and going back up, and all the way to the top. So I need to do a few rows of this. All the way. There we go. Let me know what you're doing, or if you sent me a picture, do send me a picture of what you working on, if you're working along with me, or if you got any different ideas or what you're doing, so we can all see it. I'm going to come down on the whole row and go up on this one, and then I'm going to add probably another five, 6 rows. We'll see. This is the size 8 seed beads. And then going back up. And then coming back down. Going back up. It's easier if I turn it, I think. Right, so I'm going to take a sip of my drink. And there we go. So let me know, what have you been up to in the last couple of weeks? And going back up. And again, it's like square stitch, I guess, because you're going through the bead. Not I guess. It is because you're going through the beads so many times. It's a really strong stitch. It really holds. It looks like an off loom. It looks like a loom bracelet, but it's like an off loom stitch. So it's a really nice one to do. Can someone post a link to send Kitty a picture, please? Cindy is asking. So just a messenger you need to do, and you either send it to my personal one, which is Kitty Robinson, or the Kitty Robinson design one. Look, I'm talking and I forgot to pick up the bead. And I just can't do that one. Or Kitty Robinson Designs. I'm not sure if you can send. I have to take the needle off now because I went back, but I sewn through the thread. I'm not sure, Lucy. Can you? You can't. Can you add a? Can you add a? Maybe we need to create like a. I don't know. A creation station group, or I need to, or email. We need to have an email. We could do an email. Oh, I'll sort it out. I have a little thing and I sort it out for the next time. What would be easier? I'm so used to Facebook and doing a lot of things on Facebook, and I think, oh yes. So now, because we have got we hit the 1,000 subscribers, I think YouTube is gonna give us a community tab, so I can post all sorts of pictures and bits and pieces in there. And that brings to, like, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, because then you do get the notification the next time I'm live, or if I release a video. I think square stitch really lends itself to patterns because you can cross designs, absolutely. And that's why I love when you do like a bracelet and you cross over between different stitches and do perhaps a base of square stitch and do something else on top of it. It really does look good. It won't let me add a link. Lucy's saying, yeah, I didn't think you can for Messenger. I think you can add the page perhaps. The link for the page, and then I sort out an email address for next time. Oh, Anita's saying, I have been helping my daughter pack up her house. She's going to the UAE to follow her husband's that got a permanent work there. Oh, bless. Oh, I remember when well, Victoria's at home now, so she's at the university where she's at Essex Uni, so she's like drives in every day. Well, not at the moment, but like before that she started off at Reading, and this was not last year, the year before, and then she quit uni like in week 4 because she decided that that's not really, she started business studies and that's not really what she wanted to do, and she's doing computer science now. But I remember when I was like packing her bedroom up with her, and like we went to the supermarket, like, but not just one, various one, and bought all like food for her to take with herself, and then we were packing the car, and I got like a 7-seater car, like a people carrier, and all the seats were down at the back, and it was like she just had so much stuff to take down to uni. And I remember it was so emotional that I'd always joke, and I always joke with them, like with Lucy as well and Christopher. It's like, oh yeah, when you're 18, that's it. You either go to uni or like, you go to work, and like you move out and you buy yourself a flat, or like, you start your own life. But in fact, I think when it's going to happen, when the day is going to be happening that they move out, I'm going to be just as emotional as I was. And Lucy actually came with me. Like, we left one of the seats up, and she came with me to drive Victoria down. And we dropped her off. And then me and Lucy, on the way back, like, I don't think, like, we talked at all, because it was just so, I don't know. I wasn't like crying, but like there, I can't cry in front of Lucy, but I was just like really sad. Um, Imagine how my friend managed to take her son to uni with a car, KA car. Oh, bless, that's really, really small one. Oh, you have to be a moderator. Oh, yeah, I need to do that. I don't know, Ruth, how I can make that here. I do need a couple of moderators just to sort of look out if there is anybody, if we get anybody naughty coming in. But I do need to have a look up that how I can do things. It just, there's not enough hours in a day, and that sort of loops back to the conversation I was saying at the beginning, that we need to find a scientist to really invent time travel for now, because we really do need it. I think I need probably maybe 3 or 4 more rows, um, just to sort of come down until here. So just like one bead smaller than the donut itself. Oh, I think there's a picture came in from Brenda. Let's just have a look. Oh yeah, that looks good. Let me just find it and bring it in for you to have a look. Brenda is such a talented lady. There we go. So this picture, so she has done what, Brenda, what stitch have you done on the outside of it? Is it peyote? It looks like you use size 8 and size 11, or is it size 11 and size 15 beads? Do let us know what you have used on that side. It looks beautiful. That's a turquoise highlight donut, isn't it? Peyote. Brenda's saying she used peyote stitch on the outside of it. And what size seed beads have you used, lovely? Size 8 and size 11. So the size 8 will be the one on the outer edge, and the size 11 will be the one in sort of the inner edge. And because you're using a smaller seed bead, it will make like a shape like a wheel on a tire on a car, I guess. And then that just fits over the donut. Oh, Lucy's saying, Brenda, that's gorgeous. Yes, Brenda, that's absolutely gorgeous. That looks really, really good. Mercy's saying that's gorgeous as well. So pretty, Brenda. Anita is saying, yes, absolutely. You're such a lovely lady, Val. Right. I've just heard another message come in. Let me just have a look. Christine sent us a I can't see any picture coming through. I can see you send me a message. Let me just write back to you. I'm just gonna say hi, and I think if I say hi, then you can send the picture through. So I just said hi, and then I think you will be able to send the picture through now. Oh, Brenda is saying she also used some triangle connectors as well. So Christine, please send. She said, "Hello, I'm Cinda." This is like on Facebook, obviously everybody's got their own name, but on YouTube you can have whatever name you like, and people have different names, and then sometimes it's hard to like. I'm so bad remembering names like just one name, not along like if there's are different names. Right, I'm gonna get to the end of this row and then I'm gonna measure it against my donut. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 10 row. I'll probably do one more then, so it's uneven. Just go all the way up and come all the way down. And I'm gonna pop this next to. I think it's need maybe at least one more row, one or two, one or three. Then let's add another row and see what does it look like. Omina is saying love you, Brenda. Lona is saying great design, Brenda, so pretty. Brenda, you're so clever. Pamela is saying. Gwen is saying that looks beautiful, Brenda. We would have a lot more time if we didn't have to sleep. I don't think that would work, unfortunately. And I am there with you 100%. But unfortunately, we do need to sleep. Wouldn't it be nice? Like, but then, like, if we do you think, like, if like we didn't need to sleep or we just slept like horses? That do horses sleep? Horses don't sleep, don't they? I don't know. Anybody who is in the chat and you keep horses, do let us know if horses sleep, because I thought they just have like power naps. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Never kept horses. Do you think like if we didn't need to sleep and we or we just had to sleep like 1 hour, do you think like we would like live shorter lives, or I don't know. Let's put this next to it as well. So shall we go with that one or still one more row? Do let me know what you want me to. One or two more rows we could go. And that would come to there. I think that would be too big. Or shall we go with this one? This is going to be big enough. Oh, Kelly's saying horses do sleep, yes. They even lie down sometimes. Oh, I didn't. Well, yeah, I suppose sometimes on the pictures you do see them that they are laying down. But whenever I went into any stables, they're always standing up. So is this big enough or do we need to go another row? Do let me know. And while you're letting me know, I am gonna grab another needle and I'm gonna thread a new piece of thread because we're gonna have to do another one onto the other side so we can link them together. And where did I put my good needles? Oh, hang on. What to do with my good needles? I had a little pack here earlier. And then, oh yes, there we are. David watched up with, yes, looks good. Sheila is saying, oh, Sheila is saying as well, horses sleep standing up or laying down. So you learn something every single day, don't you? I had a friend when I was, how old I was, maybe 13. I had this 12, maybe 12, 13. I had this when she was so into horses, like she was really a horse mad. And she used to go up, like she used to, she was a year older than me, and she used to volunteer and help out in these stables. I used to go up and see her sometimes. But Simon is actually allergic to horses very, very much. So now we can't go near horses. Right, I'm gonna start the other one. Oh, she is saying she's got to. Oh, wow. I can horse ride. I mean, like on a friendly horse. But what's the word I'm looking for? Um, one which is sort of easygoing horse. I can horse ride. So it is. But I haven't sat on a horse for like 20 years, I suppose, since I've been with Simon. The Lucy and Victoria, they'd taken a few horse riding lessons, but they kind of had to stop because even though they weren't, like, Simon would go and pick them up, and it's probably about the place where they used to go, it's called Foots Farm, and they used to be around the corner from Robbin, like a couple of miles down the road. And there was a lane going down to Foots Farm, and usually Simon just would stop at the gate outside. Or if I went and picked them up or dropped them off, just stop at the gate outside, and the girls would have to walk in and walk out. So now we're talking Victoria was maybe 10, and Lucy was about, no, maybe Victoria was about 12, and Lucy was about 7. So then the girls would walk in, and then they would go and help out, and then we would pick them up, and they'd do like a little horse riding, and like, they would just enjoy themselves. They did it a few times. But so if Simon went and picked them up in the car, so he hasn't been near the horses at all. And by the time they got home, which is, bear in mind, like a couple of miles down the road, like virtually a 3-minute drive, he would come in and he would need his asthma pump just because the girls been near the horses, and then he's been near the girls. Should I saying been done that horse? Yeah, Ruth, I will message you, lovely. Docile, Marisa, thank you very much. That's the word I was looking for. If it's a docile horse, then yeah, then I can ride it, no problem at all. Will this bundle be able to buy in the store? I think it still is, so do have a look. I am not sure if Leanne, when she scheduled it, that she added it into the bottom. Let me just have a look. If not, then I will drop the link. No, she didn't. She didn't add. Lucy, would you be able to drop the link in the chat, and I will change it in the description and drop it in there as well. Make sure it's in there quickly, so you can grab it either from a description or grab it from. We created a page on the website called Creation Station. Actually, if you go on there on the website, but the other thing what's there is the last session with the same bundle, and then for next month we're just gonna move it into June, and then it's all gonna be in together there. Right, and I'm just dropping the link in the description as well. There we go. So you can find it here or there. Did Lucy, are you still here? Let me just drop in here as well, actually, because I copied it. There we go. So you could check it on that. Only Earth bundle in stock. Where I'll get Simon on that to have a look. Why is that out of stock? Just texting him. Why is Sky out of stock? Yeah, he will be on it. He will check it in a minute. Right. Those are the kinds I want to write. She's saying, yeah, absolutely. I think they're so horses are so lovely animals. I don't know how long he's gonna. I'll probably he's gonna. Well, I'm gonna make him to leave the offer on it for this month, and then it's probably gonna go up to normal price, and then we will. I will try to convince him to do an offer on the next one as well, on next month's one. But I really can't wait to do something with those beads as well for next month. I'll sort that next week. So now I kind of like this week I have been thinking a lot about like how I'm going to like work my week and you know what's going to happen and how I can like I guess like you know I can't do more anymore because I'm already working like really long hours and like I really enjoy what I do. So even though in the evening like I would do beading, no problem. So like I've been thinking like how I can schedule my week that I can plan and do things. So at the moment Monday is sort of I'm leaving Monday for like research and play around days because I do need a day a week just to come up with new designs because otherwise I get sort of swooped up with everything else and I so enjoy just to sit there and do new designs. So Tuesday is going to be at the warehouse and Wednesday I'm gonna be doing obviously I'll do the Facebook Live, but I'm going to be doing videos. And Thursday, Friday is going to be for Beat Club and anything else like what needs doing. So I'm gonna try to stick to it next week, and then I kind of can have like Saturday, Sunday offish. But even if it's like I'm off, like you know, I'm gonna sit down. I'm not gonna be far away from a bead. When is the July bundle available? Marissa saying so. When I sort it out next week, it's gonna be probably I'll sort it out on Tuesday when I'm at the warehouse. I already started picking it, so I just need to finalize it, and then either Scott or Leanne will add it onto the website. But we're gonna have to do some subcategories for the creation station, so we have different ones in there. I've got 1 to 6. I've got 4 more rows to go. I think 4 or 5. Oh, I heard a bing, so I think somebody sent us a photo. I'm truly saying doing a spiral staircase with a bead mix and some gold pearls. It's my 6th one this week. Think I'm addicted to them. Yeah, I'm addicted to spiral staircase as well. Don't get me started on them because it's like I don't know. Like it's like once you start on spiral staircases, like you just have to keep on doing them. But what I want to have a go is like a really twisted herringbone one as well. And I've been thinking about that the other day, and oh, there is just so much I want to do. But let's have a look at this picture. Thank you, can't wait. Marisa saying managed to get one. Thank you. Oh, Danny's saying so them are Ashcott, so I think that's the horses. Is there a tutorial for the ring? So it's the 2 weeks ago. We did another creation station. Where is my ring gone? Where's my Ferris wheel gone? we covered it that way. So that's on the page as well, embedded into the page, and it's on the channel as well. So I will, once this finishes, I will go in the description and I will add everything in there, what we missed or what we talked about it, what needs to be in there, and you can always find. I will add the previous video in there as well, and everything. Or did I just go through? My thread is twisted. And I just pulled it up. Yeah, that's right now. There we go. So, how many is that? How many more I need to do? I need to do 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more rows, and then we will be ready to. I'm going to add the donut on there and the T-bar first, and then we're going to do run up and down and add strands of beads on there. I'm thinking there's either two ways we could do this. We could do this with smaller seed beads and just add a crystal in like here and there, or well, we could add crystal and pearl, or just not pearl, sorry, and the hematite beads, or just stick with the crystal. Or we'll decide when we get there, I think. We put it to the vote. So 3 more, isn't it? There we go. Oh, blown up picture. Sorry, I am. You know, I'm very easily distracted. And Simon sorted that, so the other color is back in stock as well now. Right, Lorna, let's get your photo in. Just quickly find it. Oh, look, she's done. She's even done a little. So when you're taking photos, it's better if you take it in landscape, because then I can make it much, much bigger. So she said we could do a netted one with this. Tubular netting, absolutely. I love tubular netting. So she's been using the crystals and then just do like a tubular netting with the seed beads. Looks like using size 11s, using the size 11 seed beads. That looks beautiful, Lorna. And then we could put a hematite or crystal chain, because like these netted parts, they don't actually have to go all the way around. We could just do like a front section and then take the beads towards the back. With herringbone chain, yeah, we could do herringbone chain on the side of it as well. Oh, bless you. That looks wonderful. Kimberly saying, hi, everybody feeling stuffed, lucky you. Just back from a meal out to celebrate Father's Day. Oh, bless you. I'm so, like, actually, I can't say anything because we went out on last Sunday, but that was the first time since, like, last week, like, in, like, a year and a half. And, like, now, it's it's like an occasion when you go out, isn't it? Like, you really appreciate it. So, and my 70th birthday tomorrow. Oh, bless you. Happy birthday for you, Camille. Thought we go out as it would probably fall tomorrow. I don't know, probably, but it might had already had to book. I don't know. I didn't. We're gonna do. I'm planning to do a barbecue at home. So, or well, whatever Simon wants. I'm not. It's not set in stone, but I got a few bits of pieces. If he wants to do a barbecue, then we can. Brenda is saying, love the netting, Lorna. Yes, it absolutely looked gorgeous, didn't it? Right, I need to, my thread is getting naughty. I think I need one more row, 1 or 2 more rows. Just add one more and then we can measure it. Just move this needle down. There we go. So I think that will look really good. And then we'll have obviously that on there, and then our strands going in between. Yeah, I think because we added the hematite in here and we got the hematite known, we will have to add the hematite in there as well, not the crystal. Maybe we do one row crystal and the next row two more rows, and the next row hematite and next row crystal, next row hematite, like in between seed beads as well. I think it's going to look really good. Very pretty. Something different anyway. Anita is saying, have a blessed birthday for tomorrow, Camille. Love the netting, Lorna, Brenda is saying. And say, yes, Anne Cohen, I think it's on the 12 days of Christmas, I think. Which one are you? Is there a tutorial for the beautiful ring, please? Oh, my ring. No, it wasn't on the 12 days of Christmas. This is slightly different what we did, but we have done a peyote stitched ring. Lucy, lovely, if you're still there, can you find it? When did we do the peyote stitch ring? Was it... This is the thing, because we've done like over 300 tutorials. Like, I don't know. I can't remember what did we do this, what year. I think the peyote stitch ring was this year. Maybe January, February time, maybe. Love this color combo with the hematite. Lumen is saying, yeah, that's what we try to do is, when I done a creation station before, we were just playing with beads what I had sort of here in my craft room, but for this one, and we had a session a couple of weeks ago, I put together a couple of little bundles of beads, so you can get it ahead of creation station, and then we can all bead together and kind of come up with a pattern or design together, and that's the beauty of it. And then as many of us doing it, we could all end up doing different things, because as many eyes, as many different pairs of eyes. We got a saying in Hungary, and I don't know how to translate this to English. It says, will the thread be strong enough for hematite? I think it will be. Yeah. The cylinder type ring like you have on was Creation Station. I did do Creation Station as well, but then we did it as a proper kit as well. Some point, I don't know. That wasn't Total Beads. I did it on mine on Creation Station. That's where it was born, and usually then I turn it into a kit sometimes. Like the Lucy bracelet we did, I did it as a Creation Station, and then we turned it into kit. That's exactly the same size. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add this onto it. I fancy size 11 seed beads for the loops, not size 8. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to pick up, I reckon I'm going to need about 20, and then we see. Because you have to pick up the same amount. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then I'm going to bring it through the donut. We need more. Not much more, just a few more, maybe 5 or 6 more. Just pull all this down because I want this to sit just there. So let's add another 5 and then we see. Take this down. I think that's about right. Sit kind of like, it's going to sit just like that, so it's going to like tuck underneath a little bit. So 25 is the magic number. And I'm gonna see the seed bead I'm coming out of. I'm gonna go back down into that seed bead, and I'm gonna go not just that one, let's go into the next 2 as well, and then I'm gonna turn around and come back up on myself, and I'm gonna go through all 25 beads again. Pull this tight, and then go through all 25 beads just to make this loop stronger, and keep a nice and tight tension. Maybe could have done like 26. You might have to adjust it because different beads, like if you're using, or different donuts, I guess, will have different thicknesses as well. I didn't really think about that, but you might have to adjust the 25 to 24 or 26. I'm going around again. I would probably go, no, I want to go in the second one. I would probably go, hold on, it's looped around. I would go around maybe 1 or 2 times more just to really strengthen this connection, but this time I'm just going to pull this up. I'm going to go down a couple of beads up to the top, and I'm just going to do a 1 thread knot at the top, so it secures my thread and it won't let my thread to travel backwards, so therefore I will have a nice and tight connection there. Oh, Mina is posted a link, peyote ring 14th of January tutorial, assembly type ring. Yeah, thanks Lona. And Mina is saying she's posted the link. I can't see the link, Mina, so I don't think it went in. I'm just going to do 1 thread knot here and just pull this through, and I'm just going to leave this thread here. I'm going to take more thread off of my bobbin and do another loop on this side with exactly the same amount of beads. I think that's going to look great. So I need to grab another needle. There we go, just pop that to the side. I've got so many threads on here now. And I'm going to make this long one because I can actually start to go backwards and forwards with the stringing with this one afterwards. New needle. And there we go. So I'm going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to go, as I'm coming out of this one, I'm going to go up and do the loop on the second, oh sorry, on the second bead first, and then do a secure to the first one as well. I'm going to straight come through that ring and then just pick up 25 size 11 seed bead. Make sure that the loops are exactly the same size. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 15. Just like very quickly counting it. If I just have to count 5, it's fine. I can like kind of count and talk at the same time. But if I have to count 25, I like need to concentrate on it. Right, so I'm gonna let this go through the donut again. Pull this tight. I'm gonna go down about 2 or 3 beads, and then going back up this, and I'm gonna go through that loops again. One loop, not loops. All of the seed beads just to really secure it and have a nice and strong connection. And then I'm gonna jump to the other side, to the toggle bar, sort that side out quickly, because we need to know how much of stringing we're gonna have to do. So very quickly we're gonna sort that out, and then we can start stringing. I think it's gonna look really pretty. Could do all sorts of different things. Right, down on the first, I'm gonna go all the way down this time. And I'm gonna come, actually I am, oh, I missed the last bead. Please, please, please be all right. I'm stitching back, and you're not really supposed to stitch back, because if you go through the thread, which I did, I have to take the needle off. I thought I was going to get lucky. I didn't go through the last bead, so I need to take this back and just go through the last bead. I was so eager to jump to the other side. There we go. I just have to pull it back. It's all right. I'm reverse stitching. That's what I'm doing. Oh no, pull the wrong way. I'm reverse stitching. I'm not taking my thread back. I'm reverse stitching. Right, so is anybody doing the same thing what I'm doing, or are you doing different things? Do let me know. Right, so go through that last seed bead, what we missed out. Pull this up nice and tight. I'm gonna go all the way down. That's through the one thread knot here, so that will stop our thread traveling backwards. Come to that loop. There we go, and then I'm just gonna go through the first three and then come back down, and I'm ready to add. I can go up into the loops later on, but I'm ready to add. I got a long thread there anyway. I'm ready to add my strands. So let's pop this to one side. We're going to deal with the toggle and this. So I will have to work the ends off either on a toggle or on this, but I'm gonna add the toggle. So I need to, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we've got 11 rows. So I really need to come out of the sixth one, right in the middle where I need to add my toggle. So I'm just gonna go and weave my thread down. So I'm coming out of that sixth row. And I'm gonna pick up maybe about 6 seed bead. And then we will test the theory. Not theory, but like test it if it's gonna work. You might need a couple of extra. You might need 8 on there. So I'm coming out of the sixth one. There we go. So I'm gonna pick up. I'm gonna use size 8 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, there we go. So if I put this here, will that be enough? That won't be enough to pull through, so I'm gonna need 8. Because what the toggle needs to do is to need to go on there. The toggle needs to go on there, need to be able to turn, and you need to be able to pull it through. I think we probably will be just about be able to get away with 8 because we're going to have a little gap at the bottom. So I put 8, size 8 on there, and then I'm going to take my toggle, and imagine these ends are not here. I'm going to work them off later. You need to go to seed bead number 7 and 8. So I'm going to count from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we need to go back down through all of the size 8s. Make sure your thread doesn't loop around anything. Yeah, that's right. Pull this up nice and tight. Go into that sixth row There we go, and let's just test it that it's gonna work. So when we're closing this in, imagine those threads are not there. You would take your end through, yeah, that will work perfectly, and it will just sit just like that. So that's the right amount, because both of the sides is just tucking underneath the donut. I think that's gonna look great. Let me pull this back through. So I'm just gonna add a 1 thread knot here, just to secure this thread, even if it's just temporary, because I still want to go back up and into that, but I'm going to do that later. So let's close this up, and I'm gonna get my, so this is, I'm gonna measure it. This is like 5.5 centimeters, which is like 2 inches and a quarter, and I need, I like to have about an 8 inches for a bracelet, like a little bit looser. So I need a 5 3/4, or in centimeters, I need a 14.5 centimeter length of stringing. Be connecting the bracelet up. So where is that very long strand we had? I think it's this one. Yes, that's that one. Get this one out of there. What we need to do, I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we've got a little bit more space. We're going to have to add our strands, which is going to loop around, and we're going to connect this side with the other side. Now we can use a mixture of things. So we can either use crystals, we can use, I would probably use the 3 mil, I would use the 4 mils, I would use the 4 mil crystals. I don't think it's worth to put the large hematite in there. I think that's gonna be a little bit too big. We could probably get away putting the 6 mil in there as well, but I think the 8 mil is really too big. But let's keep those two, and let's use the 3 millimeter, 4 millimeter, 3 millimeter, 4 millimeter in both of those, the crystals and the hematite. So what I really want to do, I have got 10 strands. This is 10, 11 strands I need to do, because I got 11 rows. So every single one of the end of that row, I'm going to be adding a strand running around. So really and truly, what I want to do now is split my materials before I start. So I have got exactly the same amount of materials to use each one of those strands. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit more. What we need to do now is to plan it out, what we're going to add to the rows. So, or we do, like we say, we have X amount on one row and X amount on another row. But I think if we could do just like different patterns, if we did like a mix, probably that would work as well. But what do you think we should do? Shall we do a mix, or shall we do like 4 mils, mainly 4 mils on one with seed beads, and or maybe 3 mils on another one with seed beads? Or what shall we do? Shall we do the same or similar beads, or perhaps just using a different pattern? And then in that case we need 11 little piles. Or are we gonna do like different strands? We're definitely gonna have to add seed beads in between, to so we'll have enough beads to go. I'm just grabbing 10 beads of each one of those crystals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A mix would be nice, yeah. I think a mix would be nice as well. So I'm just taking 10 of these 3 millimeter crystals, and they're still going to have leftover beads. And that's 10, so that's 6 piles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 6, 8, 10. So that's 8 piles I got so far. There's another pile further up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 9. 1, 2, that's 10. And then here comes 11. Just have to put 11 right at the end there. So that was, I actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm one little crystal bead short. Probably I just use a size 8 instead for the 11th. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the hematite. I just add 5 of each one of these to each one of the piles. And then we will be adding the other ones, and we just use like a mixture as we go along. I think that would look really good. So always when you do anything like this, do the proof, that they say the proof is in the pudding, but I always say the proof is in the planning, because the more you plan out and the more you like split your materials, then like if you know, like vision it what you want to do, you will have the right amount of beads to do it. So I could add another couple more to each one of those piles because I got plenty on here still. Quickly, and then I'm going to do the 3mm crystals and 4mm, no, 4mm crystals and 3mm hematite as well. There you go. So I still got 4mm left. Let's do the 3mm. And I think I quite fancy the size 11 seed beads in between, just to go a little bit smaller. Actually, why am I just not taking it down? It would be easier to count it that way. So I know I could do 10 of these as well, because I think there is 130 beads on here. And there's 100 beads on, so that one I'm going to have to do 9 of the 4mm crystals. But I think we're going to have some left anyway. So the idea will be that we pick up a bead from our little mix, then we pick up a seed bead, then we pick up a bead, then we pick up a seed bead all the way down. I think that's going to look good. What do you think? Mina is saying this is what I do with my beads if I follow a design with repeat beads. Yeah, absolutely. It's so good to plan everything out, because then you can't go wrong. You know that it's gonna work. There's nothing worse, and it happens to me so much as well, that when I do a design and then I get that to the other end, and I'm not joking, I'm missing like 3 beads. It can be so frustrating when you're missing like just like 3 beads and that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. We're almost done, and then we can get started. And another 5. There we go. So we got these leftover bits. I'm just going to pop this to the side and just do the crystal quickly, and that's it. We'll be ready to go. The good thing about if you do split your materials, that you gonna have exactly the right materials for each one of the strands as well. So it's not long going to help you manage your materials, but when we're doing our strands, if I'm using the exact same beads for each one of the strands we're going to be creating on that bracelet, then each one of those strands is going to be exactly the same length. So I'm going to do 9 pieces of these crystals, because there should be 100 pieces on here. So if I split the 100 by 11, then we will get 9 for each one of our little pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And 4. 5. 4. 5. And the last few 4. I kind of like to pick them up by 5s and 4s because then I know what I'm doing. 5 and 4, perfect. And just taking this last one off. Right, so as I'm coming out of this side, I'm just going to bring one of these little, and Diane, I need to do random. I am so bad at doing random. Like anybody else is better than me. Like I unintentionally, like unconsciously, I pick up the same beat. So when I need to do random, what I need to do is to, like, I can't pick up from a pile because then I will either pick up the crystals or I will keep picking up the hematite beads themselves. So I need to make my pile into more of a line, just like that. Actually, this might be this. Just one sec. Let me just. You might not even need the seed beads between. How long is this approximately? I do think I just measure them up. 14. Right, so I said we need 14 and a half to deny. So we are just I guess about 1 centimeter short. So I don't need to add seed beads in between every single one of those beads because I need 7 seed beads, 7 or 8, let's say 10 seed beads, so it's a little bit looser for the whole strand, for every single strand. So actually, I can do whatever pattern I want. So if I just add sparingly, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to just start picking up. Actually, I need a smaller bead at the beginning. And then I'm just going to pick up. So I'll probably pick up a seed bead at every few beads as I go along, just to make it to that right length. Or I can pick up a seed bead there as well, and you're just adding that little bit of color. So by adding the seed bead in there, you're just adding a tiny bit of color of the main bodywork. And just take it all the way down. I think it's going to look so pretty. Let's add the crystal one first. What do we think? I'm going to zoom in back in a little bit more. I'm really saying I get mine all set up ready to bead, and then drop half of them all over for our wreath. I do that all the time. All the time. Taking these down as well. You're gonna need a really long. I'm just trying to, if I got 2 crystals next to each other, and once I got more crystals there than hematite, try to space them out a little bit. Oh, we're forgetting the seed beads, and we got 3 more to add. And then when I add it, when I have it all on, I'm going to measure it, and then we see. I think it's going to be the right length. And there we go. And the last one. Mina is saying, Ruth, you also use your instructions from the kids. I do that as well, Ruth. I lose everything. I put, no, actually, I don't lose them. I put them in the safe place. The safe place what everybody's got. Right, so this is 19 centimeter, which is going to be a little bit too small. So the 10 seed bead wasn't, well, it's going to be flexed out. So the 10 seed beads is not going to be, I need another 5 seed beads on there. So I'm just going to go back through this last 5 seed bead, and I'm just going to add 1 seed bead in between. So instead of 10, I'm going to have to add 15 seed beads to each one of the rows to be the right size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 after this. There we go. And then I'm going to undo this for just a sec, and I'm going to bring this up to the other side. Just sort these thread out because I've got so many threads here now. They are, I should have worked some of them off. So when I just bead, like when I bead on my own, I would work the ends off so I haven't got, and actually I can trim these because I only need a few inches to be able to work the end off on the toggle, and I'm leaving the rest on the bottom because I'm going to need that later on. So as I'm coming out of one side, I'm just going to go, like I'm coming out of the first bead here, I'm going to go up through the first row on the other side and pull this up, and then I'm going to come down on the second row and pull this up nice and tight. I just formed a knot now. Yes. Oh yes, there we go. Pull it up nice and tight, and now I'm going to get my next pile. I'm going to get the next pile and 15 seed beads and do the next line. I'll just get this. So 1, 2, just count the seed beads in there as well. It's 5, 10, 15. There we go. I'm going to start with a seed bead. Oh, let's do the line. Let's do the line so I don't pick up the same stuff all the time. Just really just a starting point. There we go. I'm just trying to swap some of the crystal with some of the hematite, so you're gonna have the same. You're not gonna have like 2 hematites and 2, but crystals you're gonna have some of them clustered together. But hematite you can stretch them out. 7, 8, 9. I've got only 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, no, that's right. That's the right amount. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add a seed bead, and I'm gonna go and go back down, picking up the beads here now. One, I'm just gonna grab some seed beads in between as well. It doesn't really matter like why you pick them up, because I think when I take this down, they're just gonna sit in a row just like that, and they're gonna be like just a nice mixture. What do we think? Oh, actually saying ring tutorial on 18th of October. Yeah, that did it in so many different dates. So many different dates. There we go. I'm almost down to the bottom. And then we're going to do exactly the same what we did. We're going to turn around and add our next row and next row, next row. I think this is going to look so good. Like sometimes when you envision something in your head, let me just pull this up a little bit more so you can see the ring part of it as well. When you envision something in your head and it's like, it looks good, but then when you actually make it, you surprise yourself because it looks even better in real life. Ooh, just pink the seed bead. I love it. Right, we got some seed beads to use up at the end here. And now if I take it down, this should be the same size. We might have to take one bead off or add one bead on or seed bead on, depending of sometimes beads can differ a little bit, but in theory this should be the same size. So I'm going to go up on row 2. Let's pull this up and just sit it down. I think we might need to lose the seed bead, the last seed bead. I'm going to take it back down. Please don't stitch through the thread. Yeah, and it's just it. So I'm going to have to unthread. And just pull this back through, and we're going to lose that last seed bead, and then it's going to be the same size. Maybe we only added 14 seed beads on the other one. Maybe I missed one. I'll count it just in a sec. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, that's right. That's why it didn't work, because you only had 14 seed beads on row 1. Just threading the needle back up. Quickly, but when you want to do it quickly, it never works quickly, does it? And especially when people watching, you like, it's even harder to thread a needle. There we go. So I'm going to go up through row number 2 and then come down on row number 3 and repeat it again and again until I get all the way across. This is going to look so pretty. There we go. That's the same size now. Brilliant. So I'm grabbing my next lot of little bundles, and a couple of them I might have to count out again because they rolled into one each other. Let's take this one. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's right. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 9. 3 was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. I think we're missing 1 3mm crystal from this one. That's not rolled together there. So, and we need 14 seed beads. So 5. Hello, Christopher. Are you going to bed?
I made Big Ben.
Oh, very good. Oh, Christopher, let me just show the ladies quickly. He brought you in to show it to you. Bless him. He made a little puzzle, like a Big Ben puzzle.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back down on the table.
What's this?
There's just like a little bit of picture, and I'm gonna go back down and let's do the line. So I'm not picking up. Just pull them to this side, so I'm not picking up the same thing over and over again. And it's just speeds up things as well, I guess. And the crystals in between those hematite. All the way down. And then the seed beads, we're just going to pick up sparingly here or there. There we go. So let's start with a seed bead, hematite crystal, hematite crystal, seed bead, another hematite, all the way to the top. So what do we think of the design so far? Do let me know if you like the design so far. I think it's going to be really pretty. I'm going to take this down as well and just lay this down. Just like that. It's going to be that special piece. But then, because this side is going to look really good as well, and your donut is going to look really good, like which side are you going to wear on the top of your wrist? Your donut or your strands? That's the hardest thing to decide, like what you're going to wear where. I'm going to have to pick up some seeds. And Marisa saying it's lovely. That is great. Christopher Jean is saying he likes his little puzzles and bits of pieces. Bless him. Keep forgetting the seed beads. I got 2 more seed beads to pick up. I want to finish with the seed beads just in case if we need to take anything off. We can take 1 seed bead off. There we go. And take this all the way down. Now we're gonna come. Is that the right size? I think we actually might need to add a seed bead here. Do we or do we not? No, no, that's right. So I'm going up to number 3. And then gonna come down to number 4. Of course, if you wanted to, is it too tight? Make sure, just pull it up a bit. Of course, if you wanted to, we could have made up another one of these strips in the middle, or have like multiple strips and just have beads going in between. We could have done that as well. The donut will be at the bottom as gravity will pull it down. Maybe. I'll make it and I'll wear it and I'll let you know. Right, next lot. Let's have a quick look. So make sure we got the right amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we got the right amount. We need 14 seed beads. 2, 5, 10, 14. There we go. We're going to make this into a line as well. I think I'm getting better at it though, picking them up. Crystal in between there. There we go. So I'm going to start on this side and pick them up all the way going to the top. I don't know, is it like stringing time consuming? Because I have to pick up the beads one by one, but even if you did a stitched one, I would have to pick them up one by one. I'm not sure which one would take more time up. There we go. Actually, this thread is it's going a long way at the moment. If you make it on the tight side, the donut might not move down easily. Yeah, that could be. That could be. I don't like tight bracelets though. So for me, a bracelet has to be loose, but that could be a solution. But then, like, we could make this style of bracelet without the donut as well. So this is the good thing that what we do here, that whatever we create, really and truly, you could create it with like other, just because he had the donut as a feature bead, but we could have equally made a donut out of seed beads and use that on the other end, or add our own clasp to it. We could have done that as well. Anything, because it's this is what I love about jewelry making, and this is what jewelry making is so great, that you're doing your own designs, so you really, you can do whatever you like and whatever suits you. Right, I got all of them on again. Let's see. Just put it down here. I think that's the right size. Is that the right size? Oh no, I think I'm missing a seed bead. Am I missing a seed bead? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, we're missing a seed bead. I'm going to pick an extra one up. Now I'm going to go down on row 4. Now actually we could have added, like, we didn't have to add a row for every single one of the a strand for every single one of the rows we had. We could have added just every other one if we wanted to. We see. There we go. And now I'm going to get my next. It's going to look so pretty. I love those colors as well. Get the next bunch. Oh, I think I got. Let's just have a look. These two zoom together a bit as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just double checking the numbers. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that formula was here 9. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that 3 mil was for this one as well. So, and then we need 14 seed beads. There we go. 5, 10, 14 seed beads. Just mix it all in. Do our little line. Diana's saying, looking great. When you find my donuts, I will have a go. Oh, wow. Diane, like, I put stuff in so many safe places that why do we like forget things all the time? I don't know. Wouldn't it be nice to always remember? I actually, but then when you can't find the thing what you're looking for, I think us creative people, we usually make and do with something else. So then you would just choose a different shape or a different design, and or make your own as well. So sometimes it's good when you can't find something. We could have done this as a necklace as well, to make each one of these strands like shorter or longer. That would have looked good as well. Oh, I'm going off road here. I'm picking up from the middle of the line. Seed bead, hematite, crystal. I'm trying to pick up like sort of different ones. But I love those colors together. I think they look so pretty. Would it be nice as a necklace as well? Diana's saying, yeah, absolutely. I think so too. Like, you look at like all the different techniques, and sometimes some techniques are better for a necklace and sometimes other techniques are better for a bracelet. But then there are techniques like, you know, you can adapt it to a necklace or you can adapt it for a bracelet as well, most of the techniques. Right, and a crystal and the last seed bead. So this will be row, we are halfway, just halfway through, almost halfway through with our next row. So I'm going to go down, get this tail out of the way. I'm going to go down on row number 5 and come up on row number 6. I didn't measure it, but it was right because I counted it. Yeah. And come down on row 6. There we go. And then I'm going to do my next. I'm really hoping we got like 20 minutes left that I can finish. I can finish this. I really want to finish it. Right, so just double check the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 7. That's right. And she should 10 of these small ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Yep, absolutely right. And we just need the 14 seed beads. So that's 5, 8, 10, 13, 14. There we go. Mix them all up again. So how are we doing? Does anybody is doing this bracelet, or are you doing different one? Do let me know in the comment. Do please chat to me. Otherwise, I need the ideas. Right, there we go. I think that's kind of mixed enough. So I want to start with the seed bead. And go all the way down again. And then that one. I'm trying to kind of alter it between hematite and crystal, but obviously we got a few extra crystals than hematite. Just to space them out. And it is saying it looks stunning. I really do like it as well, and I love the colors. I absolutely adore the colors. So this is row number 6. So this is like kind of like our halfway point, I guess. I think we can get it done. If we go a little bit over, I don't mind. But I did say, like, I had all these things, and I don't know if Lucy's still here, but I had all these things before that, like, I keep beading really late at night, and when I mean late, like it's really late. So a few months ago, I made, like we were talking, and I made a promise that I'm not going to bead after 10 p.m. And I have kept to it. I only broken it probably in 2 months, like since I promised it, maybe like twice. So that's really good going. I think that's looking better and better. So I'm going to come down on 6, go up on 7, and do the next lot. 5 more lots to go. I think it's going to look good. And already they started to kind of bunch up a bit, which I love. I love that look. It's so pretty. Right, next one. Just double checking if we got the right numbers. 1, 2. I should have added them into the little dishes or something, because now I'm just afraid that they moved around the table. So I'd rather double check them. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, oh, we've got 11 in here. I should have 10. So that must be from the one next door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 10. That's right. We just need the 14 seed beads. So that's 5, 10, and another 4. There we go. And just again pulling it out into a line with a few crystals to the end there. And I'm gonna pick them all up quickly. I'm really trying to be as quick as I can now. Mina is saying I have not been able to make video Kitti, but definitely making this week. Do send me pictures. Once you do them, please do send me a picture. Oh, Dan is saying beading until 2-3 this week. Oh yes. Yeah, and the problem is like after that, like I still next day I still have to get up obviously with the kids and sort them out and do things, and Simon usually takes Christopher to school on the way into work, but I still like I get up and sort things out and like just start the day. So if I'm like Simon will go to bed like now, he will at 10 o'clock he will go to bed, and he's usually he can be asleep by the time I get up. But if I'm up late, like very late, then the next day I still have to get up. So it starts off like I'm drinking 3 cups of coffee, and the next day I need 4 cups of coffee, and the day after that I need 5, and the day after that it just keeps going up and up. So and I get tired and tireder. So the last 2 months, like it really worked that not leaving it too late until I go up. Right, there we go. So this is number 7. Have I got an extra here, or is this the right amount? I think I've got an extra seed bead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, I haven't. It must be right then. So I'm going to go up on 7 and come down on 8. Just keeping these tails out. I'm going to have fun working these tails off tomorrow. And I'm going to repeat again. I'm going to grab another bunch. Just make sure can the mat I got the right amount. Joe's saying, hi Kitti, I popped it at the start and I can't believe you're still on. So we started this bracelet and it's just looking really good and I just can't leave it. So I'm kind of like, I want to finish it now. So yeah, I'm still on. I'm still here. I can hear the TV's off now, so the boys must have gone up to bed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5. Another 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, that's the right number. And another 4, 14. I think this is going to look really pretty. So, pull this out. Just pull some of those seed beads for the ends. There we go. We could even taper this, so you could start with smaller beads and come up to like bigger beads in the middle and go back down to small beads. Michelle is saying, hi everyone, just joined, been out all afternoon and only just got in, had afternoon tea at friend's house, and the time went really quickly when we were chatting. Oh, absolutely, Michelle, time flies, isn't it? Joy saying, it looks beautiful. You are like a little beading machine, bless you. Oh, you know me, I love my beading. But even if I wasn't on tonight and I would be sitting in the lounge with the boys, I would be doing beading. I would 100% have something on my lap and I would just bead away while Christopher chooses a movie and we all have to sit through it. And sometimes, really, sometimes he can choose a good one. But most of the time, I am so glad I got my beading on my lap. Let's put it that way. But bless him, he's only 10. I think the problem these days now, you've got so much choice, like whether you go on Netflix or Amazon or anywhere, you got so much choice of movies that you don't know what to watch. I did watch a good one. What was the... Ooh, I forgot it again. Watched a good one, the movie that wasn't with Christopher, that was with Simon. Benedict Cumberbatch was in it. I think it's called The Numbers Game. That was really, really good. It's not. It came out a few years ago, but we only just watched it. It was good. Right, so I'm gonna go down on the next one and come up on the one after that. Come on, wiggle it through. Oh, now one more bead. There we go. And come up through this one. We got 3 more to add. We're gonna do this no matter what. We're gonna do this. We're gonna add those 3 strands because I really want to see how it is going to look. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just double checking in on my numbers. Oh, I've got too many here for this one. Take one out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I haven't. I just miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. I'll go ahead and extra one of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Yeah, that's right. So 5, 10, 14. There we go. Actually saying this looks amazing. We'll have to do it when my wrist gets better. I think I love it. I think it really did turn out better than I than I imagined. I just love all the crystals and a hematite in the middle. Right, I think we can go up, and then we can come. No, we'll go up, and then we have to sew this thread off. But we got other threads we can use. I just need to move them along a little bit. Imagine you don't think imagine a game about Alan Turing. That's it. That's the one. You know me and names. I'm so rubbish with names. I never remember. That was a really good movie. I think there's movies coming out at the moment. Quite a lot of them. Actually, are the cinemas open? Do we know if the cinemas are open? Do let me know. Not like I would go or want to go, but well, I do want to go, but not yet. Julie's saying that looks beautiful. I love it. We need to do something different with it as well. Something like we definitely need to do a necklace. We will make one of these creation stations. We will make a clasp or like make our own little toggle. Not toggle. I run out of drink as well. Not divider bar. What's like connector? We will make our own connector, and then we will add like a necklace to like a multiple strand at the front. I think that will look beautiful. Like that one. Let's get that one and then the seed bead. Now I'm gonna go up through this. And I'm gonna go ahead and I haven't got that much left, so I would probably have enough to come down. but I got longer threads on the other side, so I'm just gonna go off and I'm gonna do a 1 thread knot here. Make sure this is nice and tight. Hold on, we've got a tail in our knot. Now we can pull that out. And I'm gonna go backwards myself. I'm gonna go through a couple of rows, do another 1 thread knot. If I wanted, I could even go up in the clasp, just to take it following any thread path what we created. I want to work this off because already we got so many threads. So I'm going to come back down and then I'm going to cut this off. There we go. So we do have, which one is long? This one is quite long, and this one is, I'm just going to weave it down. So I need to come out of this end. So I'm going to go down to this row, come back, which is, this is the 10th row. Come back up the 10th row. Oh, you could like plait it. We could have, what we could have done, we could have done just like with a little seed bead at the end, come back on ourselves, and we could have plaited it. Yes, cinema open, Mina is saying. Right, let's get the next lot. Kimmy's saying, finished my baby hedgehog, so can watch properly now. Love what you have done with rewatch later and have a go. I absolutely love it as well. I think it's gonna be one of those pieces, like, it's not really, not really a statement piece, but one of those beautiful pieces. Right, just double check the numbers. 7, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna add this last. I know I'm gonna go over time, but I'm gonna add. I always said like I draw the line at 10 p.m., but I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna add this last 2 lines just to see how it's all gonna look. I need one more 4 mil. There we go. 2, 5, 10. Yep, that's the right amount. I just need the seed beads. 5, 10, 14. I'm just going to pull this, add some smaller crystals at the top there, out. There we go. It's so pretty. I bet it feels so nice to Joe saying, I don't know, we see. I think it will be. The smaller one on first. And carry on. I'm trying to kind of grab a crystal, then a hematite. That's actually had a seed bead on there as well, just to really mix it up. But then, like, you see, like, we've been on here, obviously the first half an hour, we were just like coming on, trying to sort out what we're gonna do and think about it. So even if you don't count that one, like bracelets like this do take like 2-3 hours to make, and I really do love it. Oh, Escher, I think you were watching behind us. Christopher came in. Like you're gonna get to this part, but everybody who is like just seen Esha's comment, she's about 45 minutes behind us, because on YouTube you can watch, like when you come in, it allows you to watch from the beginning as well at the same time. So I think Esha, you are 45 minutes behind, lovely. He's got a it's like a foamy cardboard thing. It's like a 3D puzzle. And he's got the Eiffel Tower made already. That's upstairs. That's in our room because it doesn't fit on his shelf. So it's sitting on my dressing, like a chest of drawers. And then He's made that, and he wants to do the tower bridge as well, but the tower bridge is quite big as well. So I don't know where we're going to fit it, but we find somewhere for it. Right, I'm going to pull this down and just double check if I got the right amount, but I think I have, and I'm going to go up the 10th, come down 11, and woohoo, we're doing the last one. Now, don't forget, on one of the because we'll run out of 3mm crystals. This lot will have one less 3mm crystal, this last one. But if that happens to you, that like just one bead short, do not worry, because what you can do is I just added an size 8 seed bead to instead of one of the 3mm crystals. So you can always substitute it, but actually thinking of that, we didn't even need to measure all this up and do all this, because we what could have done, we could have measured like each one of the strands as we adding it on to be exactly the same amount. So I guess, in a way, I made it a bit harder for myself counting the beads out. But then I know, like each one of the strings, you got exactly the same one. 5, 9, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's right. 1, 2, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Last strand, eh? Last 14 seed beads we need. 5, 10, 14. There we go. Mix it up a bit. And I'm gonna pull it out into a line. I want smaller ones at the end. And last line. Could you do a twist? Yeah. Could you do all sorts of different, like the sparkle ribbon bracelets from last year? Yeah. You could, if that's actually a good that's like good you saying that, Lorna, because I think if you make it and it turns out it's a little bit too big, then you can twist it in the middle, and I can show you how to twist it. But I'm gonna have for that, oh no, actually there is no threads on this end, so we can twist from the end. Like we would have to have the ends done, because like you don't want to twist with them and then everything knotted up. Right, last row. Really, it looks really good. I'm really pleased with it. Really, really pleased. You know, probably stay down and do the ends tonight. But no, I won't. I'll go up. I have to go to bed. Otherwise, I'll be too tired tomorrow. The thing, you just want to carry on. I just want to carry on so much. Let's get the formula on. Another crystal. And there we go. So, last strand. Yep, that's right. I'm going to come through the last one on here. Just like that. Pull this up. And then I'm going to come down the one next door. So I got a nice pull on there, go to the top, and then I'm going to knot this thread off as well. Make sure it doesn't get, there we go. I'm just going to add a one thread knot at the top here. Shirley is saying it looks really lovely, Kitty. I didn't see the beginning, so to begin with, I had no idea what you are doing. The toggle through the donut. Yes, that will be. So we just made the T-bar to start with. That's how we started. With a little bit different on the top. We didn't do exactly the same as we did in bead club, but we started with the same numbers, and then we square stitch, like did a couple of little strips which then we went backwards and forwards, adding all the beads and crystals. I have split the 2 strands of crystals and 2 strands of hematite. I got a few hematite left, but I split 4 strands. So there's a lot of beads on here, but they look fantastic. So on the other side, I will, when I work my thread off, I will go and reinforce this, the clasp itself. Like, let's have a look, because this is, pull it to myself. Oh no, 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 no! I think I made it a little bit too small for myself, just a tiny bit. Now let's get this other bracelet out from underneath it, and then pull this through. Oh, maybe just about. I think it's a little bit tight for me, but it will go on. It will go on, but it's a little bit too tight. But this is, who said that if you make it a little bit tight, it won't turn around? And it won't turn around because it's done. Even if I shake it, it's not moving around on my wrist. So I probably need just like a tiny bit longer. But I love it. But I love this side as well. But actually, if the donut is on the top and we got all of these lovely beads at the bottom, this is quite comfortable because they're not big beads. So when I do any work or any bead work, if this is down on the table, it's quite comfortable. So I love it. I really do love it. Now let's wiggle it back out so we can have a look. Not on my wrist. I'm really pleased with it. So any of you, if you have a go and if you make it, please do send me a picture. I love to see a picture. And now I'm already thinking to do different things with it. So never know. Things are coming. I love this. I love this look in between the two ends. And to be honest, we could do like a little beaded bead like we did here with the peyote, but make a little bit fatter and have these strands. Look at how good that would look if you had a bracelet where the strands are all separate. You got quite a few strands, but the ends go in like that. I think that would look really good as well. So you could do all sorts of different styles with this one. We have to experiment a little bit more. Now, if you made it too big, which is the opposite of what I did, I made it too small, what you can do, so I would like split it into half and then just bring your donut around just like that, and that will create, can you see, like a little twist? Then you can either move a strand or two over, then twist your end again, and that will create another twist in it. And then I will move to this side and just split it here, bring the donut through again, and then that will sort of create a twist. Now if you start at the beginning and you always go through like between 3 and 4 and then 7 and 8, 3 and 4, 7, 8, all the way up, it will create like a plaited look, but quite like just a twisted look as well. And then obviously because it's kind of plaited or twisted, it will be smaller. It will turn smaller. Right now I need to turn this back because I want it flat. And he's saying that it looks really good. I love it too. I bet I won't be able to get it all the way out. No, I will do. Right, I think there's one more twist in it. There we go. Are we straight? Yes, we are. I love it. I think it's became, and I love those colors together as well. So definitely I'm going to do something, because it would be nice to have a bracelet. Or look at the sparkle on that. It would be nice to have a bracelet just like that, and then have something at the bottom and this on the top, because you don't really want to hide this beautiful donut. So if you make it this, then you would wear the donut on the top. But for next time maybe, or a time after that, we will once return, or maybe I turn this into a TB kit, Totally Beads kit, and do something which we got this at the top, because that would look so nice for the summer. That would be really nice. Right, my lovelies, thank you so much for spending your Saturday night with me. I will be back in a couple of weeks. We will be with a brand new bundle, which should be available. But playing around with a brand new bundle. It should be available Wednesday start-ish on the website. Perhaps not as wide, yeah. So you could just do 5 beads. You didn't need to do this wide. You could do just 5 1. We will experiment with it, Diane. But yeah, so be back in a couple of weeks. But tomorrow night I will do the Sunday night chit chat. Just if I don't forget again, but I won't. I set an alarm. Just to sort of just to chat without beading, and then Monday back on Totally Beads and so forth. And the week, the whole thing, the starts again. The whole week starts again. Thank you so much, everybody. I wish you a very good night, and I'll see you tomorrow night if you're around. Bye.